Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be reviewing Thor Love and Thunder. I've been so excited to review this film. I've been saying how I'm going to be reviewing it for a while now, and now I'm finally reviewing it. So with all that said, roll that intro. So this is actually the first time we've seen Thor since Endgame, which was over 3 years ago. So everyone's been up for a bit of Thor, and the trailers have actually been digging me in a bit. I've actually been quite excited. As you know from my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2022 list, I was a bit sceptical about the whole Mighty Thor, Lady Thor thing. I was very sceptical about it, but we're going to be reviewing it today. So, with all that said, let's get started talking about the good. Now, I have to point out here that this is the best time out of the other two Thor films where Jane Foster has been treated the best. This is where the character's just written so well and you're just able to connect. Because I feel like they sort of refresh the character and the relationship between Jane and Thor in this one. And I just think it works. I think the way that it's redone is just, I think it works. Also, another thing here is that it's great just to see the characters again, and the Thor the Ragnarok and this film as well, just such fun films to watch. There's humour in there, there's emotional scenes in there, they've got everything in there, and this is just so fun to watch. I just have so much fun when watching these films, because you can connect with the characters, and they put story before humour. I think what a lot of people were nervous about is that it was just going to be too goofy and everything. I think that it's handled quite well. I think they're very, very careful. Although sometimes there's a bit too much humour here and there, I think it's handled really, really well, and I really enjoyed it. Also, I think Gorr is a great villain who is written to be like a psycho and really, really scary, but only because of a certain reason. So I think doing that works really well. I think you get to connect with the character from day dot or moment dot, if you will, and all the way till this whole thing happens. And I think doing the thing that they did was really, really good, because there's not much talking. It almost feels like this drama sort of thing where they reveal his past and everything, and I think it's good. There's something they do with the Jane Foster character as well, I'm not going to spoil it obviously, that it helps you connect with the character a lot more, because this thing is very I don't know how to put it, it's very emotional, but if I shared it, it would be a spoiler, so I'm not going to share it, but it's incredibly emotional. I think they've done it so some can also relate to it, and I think the way it's handled is really well done, and I think they refreshed the character a lot and putting that in there, it just feels like a completely new and fresh character, and it's really good. Also, something you have to say with every one of these Marvel films is that the performances are great. From Chris Hemsworth to Natalie Portman to Taika Waititi to Tessa Thompson, everyone, it's great. And also having Christian Bale in it is really, really good. He plays this role so well that you wouldn't even think that it's Batman. You would, you would not think that was Batman at all. So yeah, all really, really good, honestly. And also, it picks up well after Endgame. Obviously, you have some scenes with the Guardians and everything. And I think they just know how... Taika Waititi knows how to handle the Thor character now. Because he completely refreshed it in Ragnarok. Because Thor and Thor the Dark World are some of the worst MCUs. They're not very good. But then when he refreshed it in Ragnarok, it was great. It was because they just completely gave him this new character arc and role, and I just think it was really, really good. It works for me. I really enjoyed it. And like I said earlier, I just want to expand on it a bit, that you do just have so much fun when watching this. There's so much to look at, enjoy, laugh at. It's just so fun. It's just a really fun film. While it's not like the Ant-Man films where it's just sort of made just for a bit of fun. It's not doing too much. What it does a lot for the MCU, but also just makes it fun to watch. It's quite easy watch, honestly, but great film, honestly, and yeah. So now all that said, let's move on to the mixed aspects of this film. And the first thing I want to point out here is that there are 2 credit scenes. One, you don't want to miss, the post-credit scene, and the end credit scene you do not actually want to miss either. They are both very important and good, and yeah, you don't want to miss them. Second thing here is that do not go into this film thinking that the Guardians are going to be in it forever, because they are not in it. A lot of the things with the Guardians are actually in the trailer. I highly recommend maybe not watching the trailers, because everything in the trailer with the Guardians is in the film. There's very, very little where the Guardians are not in the trailer. You know, there's very little scenes which aren't in the trailer but are in the film. They're in it for like, I think a total of about 5 minutes, maybe less, at the beginning. They're not in it very much, so don't go expect it and don't be disappointed. I was fine with it because I didn't expect them to be in it too much. It's fine. Now with all that said, let's move on to the bad. Now, I have to say that the film it's hard to take this film seriously at times. Now, I have to point out that it was not as jokey and as goofy as I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be much more goofier than it was, and that was me being skeptical about it, not me being excited for that, because I would put that final battle scene of Ragnarok over all of the humour in that film, because although I love the humour, you have to have that connection and everything first. And the humour is strange in this one compared to Ragnarok, because you have screaming goats, and it's just although I found some scenes, funny, I didn't have a problem. There's just a bit too much, and when you have a bit too much, that can turn into way too much. I just think they needed to do less. They need to put less humour in, but I think how it's handled towards the end is really well, because they sort of put it away. But you can see how some characters are just completely turned into a piece of humour. That's what they're literally turned into. Thor is basically just humour now, and Korg is humour. Like, they're just made for humour now, and you do struggle to take them seriously, and it's a bit hard. Although I think there wasn't as much as I thought there'd be. Still a bit too much. And I know that's how the Thor character has to be done, but you have to have some sort of realism and sympathy right there. And the second thing is that Gorr could have been such a much better villain had they have given him more screen time. I think he's probably in it for a total of 10 minutes. So he's not in it very much at all. He's in it at the beginning, he's in there for a few little scenes here and there, and then he's there in the final battle and the whole black and white sequence. He's there for that, and then that's it. The only development you get from the character is that thing that I was speaking about earlier. Obviously, I'm not going to mention it because it is indeed a spoiler. But it's annoying because he could have been such a good villain, but the fact that he doesn't get enough screen time drags it down for the character. And it hurts the character quite a lot, I think, because he was a good character. And I feel like they should have given characters like Valkyrie more screen time as well. Although she is in it a fair amount, I think she deserved even more screen time and more part of the action sequence and everything like that. So, that's all I have to say for the bad, really. The fact that there's just a bit too much humour, and apparently, the fact that Gorr is not in it enough. I think that's the two things. Honestly, when I was watching this film, I was struggling to think of anything bad due to how much fun I was actually having. So this is a really good film. compared to a lot of the things that Marvel are going for at the moment, some of them haven't been too good, because obviously I loved Spider-Man No Way Home, wasn't too keen on Doctor Strange, loved Moon Knight, not too keen on Miss Marvel. So it's been a lumpy, bumpy ride, if you will. But the next Marvel project is She-Hulk. Have to see how that one goes. But now, anyways, let's get on to the final verdict. Now, I'm giving this film an 8.5 out of 10, honestly. I had a lot of fun with this film. It's a great film. Great return to Thor and the Guardians with the screen time that they actually have. Great. I really enjoyed that. And now getting on to the final thing, I would say that Marvel fans, go and see this film. That's all I have to say. Just go see it. Anyone go see it. Just go see this film. You can have so much fun. It's a great film. So yeah, guys, that's going to wrap up this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please do comment, like, and subscribe, and share this video with your friends and family. And comment down below if you've seen this film or not. Let me know your little review down below in the comments. No spoilers. There probably will be a spoiler review coming out soon. I'm not sure when. But yeah, let me know what you thought of this film. Did you like it? Did you hate it? All that fun stuff. With all that said, thank you so much for watching. Please do share this video with your friends and family, and comment, like, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.